Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we've got a game between Snute and uThermal on Lost and Found the Ladder edition from WCS Valencia 2018. Bottom left-hand corner, the blue Terran player uThermal. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. It is Snute. Alright, now uThermal is known for his varied style. He can cheese you, he can go mech, he can go bio, he can go late game. So Snute doesn't know what to expect from uThermal. Snute is also pretty varied. Ling, Bling, Muta, Roach, Ravager, Ultras once in a while. But any Terran player worth his salt can go against Ultras and beat them as long as he knows they're coming. Surprise Ultras versus Terran going bio are not very fun for the Terran race. Oh, I've been laddering, you guys. I've been laddering a lot more than I've laddered for the last couple of years. Started casting StarCraft back in 2015. It took up a lot of my time, but I decided to make some time for laddering, and it's been a lot of fun. On Wednesday, we're going to have a Falcon Hour, a Falcon Paladin Hour, not the podcast, but if you're not subscribed to the podcast or checked it out recently, there's a link in the description. It's very, very good. About 1,500 or so subscribers at this point. 1,000 people cannot be wrong. Anyway, I'm just going to basically cast maybe 3 ladder games of mine. That should add up to about an hour or so anyway. So watch out for that. Set your calendars. You want to see me play StarCraft at a somewhat high level, I guess, then we'd check that one out. And mark it down for Wednesday. For this Wednesday, September the 5th? September the 5th, I believe it is. Anyway, one rack expand here. It's a Reaper for uThermal. This Reaper's name is Echo. After becoming a mod on Falcon's Discord server, which there's a link in the description, he became cocky and decided to join the Reaper program. Let's see how little he will get done. Also, he spells his name with a K for some unknown reason. All right, Echo the Reaper moving out here at a high level. Reapers do not get many kills. Actually, very sad to see that happen. But maybe today, uThermal, his control will be just on point and top notch and all that stuff, and everybody will be extremely pleased with Echo the Reaper. Expansion going down, Overlord coming over to high ground area where he cannot be spotted by the Terran. Well, now he can anyway because he's in the fog of war, but pretty good micro, using that cliff, coming on in. The Queen's not present yet. Oh, forced one down to go into a spore. Force it into a spore, and now the other Queen's out, and now your time is up. Echo, you have no kills, but you did force one drone to go into a spore and cancel that, so that is resources lost, actually. Wait, did you not cancel it? There's the cancel. Okay, so 18 resources lost, thanks to this Reaper. Also did force some Lings out. If it wasn't for this early Reaper, Zerg could just go mass drone. These could be 2 extra drones. That would snowball into a huge advantage in the mid-game. I know you don't believe me, but seriously, 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings in this situation, that's 3 drones. 3 drones that could turn into more drones and more drones and more drones. And it's just this huge compounding problem Terran has to deal with. KDA charge knocking those drones back. They go back to work. Remember when there was actually a bug? Oh, speeds up. Go, Echo. Echo's alive. Echo's alive. And got the second scout out, too. Nicely done. That's more than we see a lot of Reapers do on the channel. Creep spreading it between this third base, which started at about the 3-minute mark or so. uThermal happily just doing his own stuff. He's going for a quick Raven with some Hellions here, too. So he might just start clearing creep. He might throw down an auto trip, try to harass some of these drones at the same time. But yeah, droning exceptionally well. Here is Snute, despite the Reaper harass, despite the fact that the Reaper is still alive. He has to pay attention to it consistently, which is so darn annoying. 36 to 30 Harvesters. Snute is in the lead here. Speedlings just holding the top of this cliff exceptionally well, and Echo really can't get any more purchase here. He wants to know, is there more gas? Is there a lair? Is there a Roach Warren? And absolutely not. Snute has 3 workers on gas, and that's it. He is droning his face off right now. He knows now is the time to drone because there will be Hellions or a drop or something coming very, very soon. About 4 minutes on the timing for this Hellion to push on up here. Got your Queens, 2 more Lings in production. I don't know if he has enough to deal with this. The Reaper coming back on in. Dude, Echo, seriously. Gets the scout off. Sees, again, no lair. Does see the double Evo Chambers. Oh, he's dead now. And the Hellions are here. And there are not enough Lings present. Oh, the barbecue. That is disgusting. Those Hellions did way more than they had any right to do. Anybody to kill down here, they say no. There's not. Whew, 13 drones down in exchange for 4 Hellions. It seems like a fair trade. 35 to 39 Harvesters. uThermal's up in worker count. You almost kind of have to dive bomb your Hellions in there. I know you kind of call them YOLO Hellions, but if you don't get anything done with them at all, then they're kind of worthless. They can hold map control, which is nice. The Zerglings can't come kill you, but if you're a smart Terran, you're walled off here anyway. And Zergling pressure can't do much against you. Especially if there's not a Baneling Nest, as Snute did end up scouting. He did see the Evolution Chambers too, which is great. The Raven, okay, I thought the Raven died for a second. Raven is not dead, but hanging out where this Overlord is. Great placement, by the way. You can see a lot of stuff from here. You can see Liberators. You can see, are you target firing those drones? Trying to target fire drones, possibly. Hellions diving back in to this natural base. Drones here to fight for their lives again. I don't think that the Hellions are making out up here alive, but if they can get a couple good roasts, 6 more drones go down. I mean, that wasn't super killer, not super ideal, but still, 19 drones killed, 54 to 47 Harvester. Snute is up in the worker count, and another Raven up this way. So there's one in the south and one in the north. I think both of them are spotted. Well, it is now. Anyway, the Overlord sees this one. Response is, look at this Queen responding. 2 Queens, actually. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Yeah, get out of there. Anti-air from Queen hurts a lot. It hurts a ton. Just get out. Creep spread, pushing up the middle. Pushing the left side a little bit here, too. This creep tumor can actually be pushed, but I understand if your APM is over 400, you only have so many clicks available to do this kind of a thing. So we decided to creep spread down the cliff from his main to meet up with this one on the low ground, which is great. Meanwhile, Terran base looks like this. We've got barracks, 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 factory, and a starport with a reactor. So we are going biotank with the medevac support, as is tradition. Another barracks here going for 1-1 on those engineering base. And so Snute should know how to deal with this. Really no problem, at least in the early stages here. I'd be shocked if uThermal was able to kill him in the next couple of minutes or so. It's just he knows. He knows what's going on. And by that I mean he is completely blind to what's going on? Yes. So never mind. He doesn't know what's going on, but if he did know, I think he'd be able to hold for the next couple of minutes at least. It's when the Marines start getting 3-3. It's when they start to get a lot of tanks on the ground. Your ground forces start to struggle a little bit with that. But it looks like we are going Ling Bling Muta here out of Snute. He's got a Spire on the way. He's getting Baneling speed. He's working on 2-2 for his Zerglings and his Banelings, which is just so helpful in actually getting close enough to explode on those biological units. Third base is landed here for uThermal a while ago. Fourth base about to pop from Snute. We saw that come up there too. Creep spread is kind of gorgeous, actually. Zerg players really should aspire to this level of creep spread. It's going to be very hard for uThermal to push across the ground and really surprise Snute in any way at all. This is probably your shortest distance from not scouted to base that you have. So maybe coming right up the middle is your best shot. However, it seems it's heading this way, which fairly well covered. And you have to burn scans to kill these creep tumors. So annoying. And now here you are. You are discovered. Banelings don't have speed yet. 14 Banelings in production, 20 Zerglings in production here too. This is not a huge push, but the timing is pretty good. Killing creep tumors with the Ravens. Don't actually have to use scans to kill them. I forgot about the Ravens. And this base is in a lot of trouble. Ling's trying to come on over, taking a nice shot there from the tank fire. Baneling's exploding, trying to walk through the tanks. Nice target firing, pretty good splits as well. Are there actually enough Marines remaining to make this thing happen? Absolutely not. The tanks are gone. The auto turrets are trying to pick up Banelings the best they can. Banelings throwing themselves into auto turrets, which is not what you want to do. And creep spreading all the while is Snute. This is so amazing. It's just like, while we're defending ourselves from this huge attack, I'm going to throw down some creep tumors right in the middle of the battle. Another attack from uThermal, a smaller one. Just Marines, no tanks this time, leaving the tanks at home for defense, which is probably pretty smart, because guess what? Zerglings are here. Snute is trying to get an idea of what's going on, but he's so in the dark. I mean, I guess that push told him what was going on, though, right? The push said, hey, it's going to be Marines and tanks and medevacs, and that's pretty much all you got to worry about here. Mutas are out for Snute. Going to try to chase down this medevac. Actually, don't get murdered there. Yeah, these Marines are dead. Nice drop up here. An attempt at a 5th base, though, forcing a cancel up north. Is this drop? Zergling trying to knock down the Great Wall of supply depots, protecting the 3rd base of uThermal. And these Marines are still alive somehow. I guess we were distracted by losing the 5th base. Was Snute. 4th base being constructed. Was there a burrowed Ling? There must have been a burrowed Ling here. I don't know why else you would start construction in that location. Very strange indeed. Zergling coming to their deaths. Because, you know, combat shield and +1/+1 and a medevac and whatnot. But these friends are out. Like, that's going to be it. There's nowhere to go. Yeah, your medevac died. Zergling's running into where this base... Banelings need to make connections. They are off creep, though. You'll notice. Amazing splits there from uThermal. The Mutas are trying to do what they can. They do deny... Oh, actually, they don't even delay the construction on that 4th base. The 4th base is fine. That SCV was building the whole time. Replanting his 5th in the bottom right-hand corner. Here is Snute. He's working on a hive now. What are we doing back home in Terran land? Pretty much going to Liberators to deal with the Mutalisks. 155 to 163 supply. Snute is up, looking strong. Creep spread game is super on point. This is some of the best creep spread I've seen on the channel in a while. Mutas say, hey there, you have a great wall of splitty bows, eh? And a handful of Marines. Oh, just kidding, there are more Marines. Pull out, pull out. Abort, abort, abort. +2/+2 done for those Lings. The Mutas, on the other hand, are sitting on no upgrades whatsoever. Tank has that +1 attack. Marines are on +2/+2 now with combat shield and stim. And now the Liberator doing that splash damage. Not great. Not great at all. Zerglings and Banelings heading on down to the south. They're going to meet up. They're going to meet up with the Mutalisks here. They're going to go for it. Well, actually, they're going to take the long way around. Or they're trying to... yeah, don't... anti-armor missile catches all of the Mutalisks. They are all Dorito. This one was so far away, though. How'd it get hit? The splash radius on that is insane. Okay, 3 of the Mutas didn't get hit by it. That is such a beautiful play there out of uThermal, getting that down. Ultralisks are on the way from Snute, and he's getting a Hydralisk Den. Well, he has a Hydralisk Den, and there are upgrades coming too for that, strangely enough. Meanwhile, +3 attack is on the way for uThermal. He's researching that like a boss, like you're supposed to. 28 Banelings in production for your Zerg player Snute, pushing out across the map here, and creep tumors are dying. They're falling by the dozens here. He's setting up to cut off any reinforcements from going down to this 5th base in the bottom right, which he knows is there. He scanned it, or he ran somebody down there, something like that, something along those lines. Got some Thors for the anti-air, for the Mutalisks too. Here we go from all directions, though. Lings, Banelings, anti-armor missile on the Lings. They don't care all that much. Mutalisk trying to get rid of the Liberators. I don't know, man. These splits are really, really good. The Mutas are all gone. There is still a good number of Marines remaining now, and reconsolidating his forces is uThermal. Liberators setting up in defender mode. 147 to 115 supply. That attack went so poorly for Snute. It was beautifully set up, but uThermal's splits were too good. The Liberators were too good against the Mutalisks there. The Thors ended up going down, but they absorbed a lot of Baneling shots that were intended for this bio. Snute is trying to get some Banelings up to deal with this thing, but the Liberators are huge, and that's it. A good game out of Snute. Snute is defeated, and uThermal is victorious in game 1 of our Sneaky Twofer here for your Monday. So we're going to sneaky this one. Sneaky 2 for a rematch between Snute and uThermal coming up next. But yeah, it all came down back to that huge engagement back here-ish. Right, he pushes over onto the creep. If we look at resources lost, let's watch that one. It's about 6,000 for Snute right now, and, well, honestly, about 5,000 for uThermal. And we can zoom out a little bit further, can't we? Yes, we can. And it's a like backside, front side. It's a pretty good little concave here. These tanks get taken out pretty easily. The anti-armor missile's got to play a huge part on it, though. Yeah, Banelings are exploding on these Thors, and then the Marines are just they're stepping back this way and this way. And at the end of that engagement, it is 14,000 lost for Snute and about 9,000 for uThermal. So yeah, that absolutely went in uThermal's favor every possible way there. Well done. I'm not sure how much anti-armor played a part in that, but it was pretty amazing, I bet. All right, game 2 coming at you. We'll be right back. Okay, game 2 is going to be on Dreamcatcher. Top left, Zerg, Snute. Bottom right, blue Terran, uThermal. Been thinking about it, and the Hellion Harass in the early stages of the game really set up uThermal quite nicely for the mid and late game. 16 drones, I think, were killed there. Somewhere around there, 16 to 19. And that takes a lot to recover. A lot of larva, a lot of non-army units. He held off uThermal's first push very, very easily. But, I don't know. I kind of feel like that made a difference. Let's see if uThermal can do it again here against Snute. Again, a very, very scary EU Zerg player. There's a lot of good EU Zerg players out there, man. Tons of just quality guys all around the board. We got TLO, we got Nurchio, we got Raynor. Raynor's been playing Zerg in the EU recently, new guy there. Meanwhile, Pool first out of Snute. He's going to try to get some harassment done here at uThermal's attempt to go 1 Rax expand in the blind. And honestly, I think that's okay. Refinery is, yep, happily harvesting here. We're going to get a Reaper out of our Reaper name list. Expansion is going down for Snute because you can't. All right, so here's the thing. In Legacy of the Void, when you start out with this many workers, you cannot spend all of your money fast enough if you're on one base. With 12 drones, you can't do it. So you have to expand because you're getting in the income anyway. You can't make the drones go away. So you just have to expand. All of the like one base pool first stuff is going to have an expansion behind it. Reaper's name is real_falcon_paladin XXX. This is real_falcon_paladin and not spam bot. Please go to www.kdhchargetoyourharddrive.com to get free goodies and not malware. All right, this is Real Falcon Paladin XXX. I'm going to call him Real Falcon Paladin here. Clearly not a virus or anything along those lines. Lings are pushing out. Dreamcatcher's a pretty good map to do this kind of thing just because the rush distance is short compared to other maps here. But the Reaper, if he recognizes what's going on, will be able to come back home and stop this from happening. However, it would appear he's not interested in doing that at all, and instead is going to make a beeline right for the natural base. Are there going to be any defenses here is the question of the day. The Reaper might be able to just get some stuff done. However, the expansion is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Reaper shows up, says, wait, where are my Zerglings? Where my Zerglings are at. The SCV gets inside the house, pulling the boys to fight here. No, 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 no. Don't fight, Zerglings. You're just getting... Wow, all right. That was expertly done by uThermal. What the heck, Snute? I guess Snute was busy dealing with this Reaper, with Real Falcon Paladin, not the virus, who is still continuing to do stuff, by the way. He's still injuring drones. Got him! Got a kill. Nicely done, virus version of Falcon Paladin. I like how uThermal sends the most injured of SEVs to finish building this command center. He's like, I don't care. He's going to be safe. No more Lings are coming my way. The Reaper will deal with them anyways. You're still alive, man. This Reaper, pretty good stuff out of uThermal, man, dude. And KDHR juked. Well, gives him the space to get out of there, but now surrounded by the triple queens of death right there. Now here's the problem. Snute's ability to expand was severely injured there. He doesn't have a third base at the 3.5 minute mark. He really, really needs to have one before now. But, I mean, better safe than sorry. What did he end up doing? He didn't even kill anything over here. Didn't kill any SCVs. He paused construction on the natural base for a little bit. But other than that, didn't kill any SCVs. Lost a bunch of Zerglings and just bad times. Bad news bears. Creep tumor does go down. Hellions come in to see third base is going up. And the timing on that, Queen's holding this ramp. Very smart. When you have a ramp like this, at least on Dreamcatcher especially, Queens can block that from the Hellion harass quite nicely. Obviously, Protoss is just going to wall, period. So Hellion attacks through the front door really shouldn't do a whole lot here. Another Raven from uThermal. Terran players, try to incorporate Ravens into your early game. We're 4 minutes in. uThermal went for a Raven before anything else out of his starport, and it's got to be for a reason. He believes. He believes in the power of the Raven. The anti-armor missile, the detection capabilities are really nice too. The auto turret, delicious, delicious stuff. What else does he have? Oh yeah, interference matrix, which you don't see a lot against Zerg. You can interfere against a queen or a viper, pretty much any spellcaster. You can do. Zerglings are here and completely dead. Still, uThermal has lost literally nothing this entire game, except for a Reaper, which was out up to no good on his other side of the map here. Queen's doing a great job shoving those dudes back. Queen production actually pretty good for Snute. He had a lot last game too. I didn't really make note of it, but he does like his queens. He has 5s, he's making 2 more. Queens are good for in-checks. Queens are good for creep spread. Queens are good for dealing with Hellion harass. Queens are good for dealing with air attacks as well. And look at this, just shoving back 6 or 7 Hellions just purely with the power of Queen. Meanwhile, auto turret in the main base, attacking away. You got 1 kill out of that. Pretty good reaction time from the Snute. Hellions dive bombing a little bit, but Queens on creep are zippy, man. They are probably the biggest difference between on creep versus off creep for the Zerg army for sure. It's just they are pokey pokes when they're off creep. Oh no, they got past the Queens though. Remember how I said they were fast and awesome? Drones giving up their own droney lives here. Well, there's just 16 drones. That's your number if you're interested. 16. Auto turret getting some kills there too. Raven with 3 kills. This Raven throwing down another auto turret in the main. Almost got a drone. Almost got a drone there. 4 kills there. So the harassment has really, really kept uThermal on, or really kept Snute on his side of the map. Yeah, you're toast. Like I said, the anti-air capabilities of Queens are pretty insane. It is a range of 9. Range of 8, sorry, damage 9 there. Third base landing for uThermal about the 6-minute mark. Creep spread happening as well for der Snute. And +1/+1 for missile attack and Carapace coming up. So his queens are going to be awesome. That's actually really nice. Does he have a Roach Warren or anything, though? He's been a little distracted to get a Roach Warren. He's going, there it is, finally throwing it down here inside the main base at the 6.5-minute mark. And it's just going to be Bio again. It's going to be Marine Tank out of uThermal. Not a huge fan of going Roach Ravager against Marine Tank. The tanks do so well against the Roaches. Ravagers not as well, but Ravagers are expensive. Gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so we're going to push on the edge of the creep here. This is why you creep spread Zerg players. It forces the Terran to sit on the back end of your creep and then walk through. Really gives you a lot of advance warning time that this stuff is happening. Drone trying to go for a fourth. Nope. Wrong time, wrong place there. Creep tumors getting absolutely destroyed there. It's like harvest day for creep tumors for uThermal. Overlord on this nice high berm area, not spotted by the Terran unless medevacs roll by, which they very easily could. 66 to 62 Harvester. Snute is up, but he wants to be more up. 22 drones have been picked off. 22. That's a lot. That's a lot of worker harass from uThermal in this early game with Hellions and with Ravens. Free Overlord does supply block Snute there. He is not making additional Overlords. Come on, man. You got this. You got this thing. Glial Reconstitution on the way. +2/+2 for the Roaches and Ravagers. Trying to take a fourth with his gold is Snute, but guess who just scouted it? uThermal did. uThermal's like, no. We are not letting a Zerg player get a gold base. That is just against all of our bylaws. Every single one of our bylaws is actually injured by that. Creep spreading it, continuing to push to the south, and just every avenue is actually very nice. He should have let that finish, honestly. He probably could have killed it. I don't know. Setting up tanks here on the other side of this berm is a standard place to put tanks in a ZVT. uThermal knows what's up. Another attempt to expand, and another group of Marines are just here to say, no drones, sorry. Apologizing profusely here. This one gets to stay up. But meanwhile, anti-armor on all of them Roaches. Are there even any tanks with you? Yeah, you can't engage with this. Gotta have the tank support. Where are they? Here they are. Draw them into the tanks. There's that tank fire. Whoa, whoa. Another anti-armor missile. Ugh, refreshing that buff, or debuff rather. +2/+2 on the way from uThermal. Making Thors. This is pretty much the same strategy we saw as last time. Marine tank, medevac, Thor. And it worked for him in the game one, so I don't know if you succeed. Keep it going. Yeah, so no fourth base here. Now trying to get a fourth base at this place he's tried 2 or 3 times before and just failed miserably at. Tanks are just waiting for you guys to get in range. Off from the backside, though. Here we go. Tanks, Corrosive Biles trying to finish them off, but not quite able to get them as fast as possible. Marines attacking from the right side. Dealing with everything on the left side there is that Marine group. Meanwhile, Corrosive Biles trying to get rid of these tanks and just managing to get it. Queens picking off medevacs as they retreat here too. Oh, meanwhile, dropping the natural base that Snute was not aware was happening. This is your worst nightmare as a Zerg player, is you get attacked at your front with a big huge army, then a small group of Marines shows up and just destroys your drone count at one of your bases while you're otherwise occupied. That is just so hard to deal with, and if you don't have a Spire, it's hard to catch those medevacs and kill them. That's why Roach Ravager is a difficult style to play against a drop-heavy Terran, and I really, really wouldn't recommend it. Hives on the way from Snute. That +2/+2 about to finish off, or finish up from uThermal here too. He's got the +1/+1. Here comes Snute down this left side. We do have a medevac sneaking up for more drop action. Corrosive Roaches just getting blasted there. Small drop inside the main, getting hit by a Spore Crawler, but otherwise we're okay, they said. All of us are just fine. Thanks. Let's kill the drones who are harvesting gas. Let's kill these Overlords. Let's go for that extractor. I think we can get that extractor. No, instead he loses the medevac and everybody else because he went for the other guys. Thor drop. And picked up and retreated there. Marines, wait, no. Oh, the Queens left to go deal with that Thor. They did more work than they were supposed to do traditionally here. Thor drop, creep clearing duty. Did I really draw the short straw this week? Gotta clear that creep. Yes, you do have to clear the creep. I mean, Snute's been able to do nothing. No kinds of damage at all. A couple of supply depots have died up here, but otherwise, Snute's been kept entirely to his side of the map. He's been forced to defend for the first 10 minutes of this game. And honestly, not done a great job of it. 46 drones have died, which is just so hard to come back from. Here comes uThermal. He knows. He knows how to do this thing slow and steady. Dropping the Thor. Target something. There we go. Two-shotting. One volley drone. 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 And picked up and retreated and trying to avoid that stuff. Fourth base done. First Snute. Roach Ravager picking up a couple. Oh, one tank. Nice save there from uThermal. Thor drop. Got 20 kills before he dies. Ooh, and the medevac gets corrosive bile down too. That was pretty good. Out of Snute here, but he's a huge army at his front. Anti-armor missiles on everybody. Trying to flank around and get rid of these tanks. And you know what? It kind of worked for him. He got rid of a bunch of the tanks there. Still one remaining. And yeah, using that melee animation attack on it, Snute does repel the invaders, killing that final tank there, and uThermal's out. However, resources lost. 12,000 for Snute. About 11,400 for uThermal. Pretty close. This Raven manages to get out somehow. Even though, I guess the army was going for the counterattack. Corrosive bile! Almost catching that medevac. I'm not sure if that was the intent or not. Infestor on the way from Snute, working on, again, the Hydralisk and the Groove Spines. That's what his anti-air is versus these medevacs. He didn't really get there in the last game. He didn't have time to make it happen, unfortunately, but Grooved Spines. Corrosive Biles, nice dodge. It's really, if you're paying attention, Corrosive Biles are the easiest things in the world to dodge. It's just, it takes the delay from the fire, the notification shows up, and then you have to move out of the way. It feels like forever. Especially in game time. Okay, so uThermal pushing in. He's got +2/+2 now. He's working on 3/3. Corrosive Biles down. Killing his own creep tumor and nothing else there with those Biles. Another attempt at attack here. We've got Marauder and Marine. Pushing up the left side with drop. Pushing into the natural with drops. More drones are dying. Main base in a lot of trouble here, too. This drone death count is insane. Viper's here from Snute. Blinding Cloud going to be really good in this situation. Duel left a Marine behind. Never leave a man behind. Also, these guys got left behind, too. And this drop is still alive, so we're going to unload over here. We're going to heal up quite nicely. And do a full frontal attack here, too. I don't think there are enough Roaches and Ravagers to do this. Nice fungal, though. Fungal Bile. It is hard to dodge if you're fungal, but look at the stutter step forward from uThermal. He's like, nah. We got this. No big deal. +2/+2 Marauders versus these Ravagers and Roaches, and that's it. A good game from Snute. Snute is out, and uThermal with the 2-0 decisive victory. Decisive victory. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff here from uThermal. What a game. What a play. The harassment was non-stop. 67 drones killed in 14 minutes. Had 56 remaining. Yeah, 98 Roaches down. How many Ravagers? 20 Ravagers. 13 tanks, 137 Marines. Resources lost 19,000 for Snute and only 15,000 for uThermal. Once again, Snute killed a couple supply depots. He did nothing to stop the production of stuff by uThermal in this game, and that'll kill you. All right, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another daily StarCraft 2 upload. Well, daily StarCraft upload, Legacy of the Void this time around. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.